Juggalos.
You know what? I just want to say that, unfortunately, I kind of predicted this.
Yeah.
The last time I was on the Juggalo show, right?
Yes.
I said Psychopathic is going up like this.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And I'm like, but we're going to come down again. It's
You did say that.
It's always a roller coaster effect.
It always is. But you know what? I mean, we're family, and this is what we do, you know?
Right. And, like, right now we're taking a dip. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of controversy going on. And we're going to definitely address that right after we get done with the news. But I figure we get done with the news first to get that out the way.
Let's do that.
And then we're going to talk about what's going on with Mr. Will Siegler at length. Okay, so Natalie, what do we got for the news?
All right. Good evening and welcome to Juggalo News. I'm Natalie, the JCW Ring Girl. Tickets for the second leg of the Riddle Box Tour are now on sale at the tour section of Psychopathic Records. VIP meet and greet packages are also on sale at Hatchet Gear, which includes a pre-show meet and greet, exclusive merchandise, and the chance to participate in the Fago Armageddon at the end of the show. Also, remember that the new deck-building card game Into the Echo Side is now available for sale at Hatchet Gear, as well as Rock of Ages in Garden City in the Metro Detroit area.
You know, we also just put up the forum for that, and also the online rule book, you know, which is also available, and the How to Play video featuring me and you actually is also in the works and will be out later this month.
All right.
Yes. It's actually been filmed, as you know. It's being edited as we speak.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
The preview looked cool.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
definitely. All right, more clown stores will be stocking the game over the next few weeks, so stay tuned. Alrighty, and now let's go over to our Fago Lovers correspondent, Scotty D, for all the non-psychopathic related news from the musical underground. Scotty.
Hey, can you guys hear me all right?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, great. All right, well, I'll try to keep this as brief as possible, but I want to lead off with the info on a new Twisted album. The name of their next full-length LP was already released a few months ago, but if you missed it, it's called The Continuous Evolution of Life's Questions. Just yesterday, they announced a date of January 27th, 2017, and pre-orders will go up at twistedshop.com in November. Not much else is known, but as soon as they drop the track list and features, then we'll let you know.
Twisted's not fucking around, man. They're putting shit out left and right.
So in the past few months, Howard Stern has developed somewhat of an obsession with Juggalos. This week, that continued when they played clips of interviews that one of Howard's reporters conducted at the gathering of the Juggalos. Stern correspondent Wolfie also grabbed audio from the ICP seminar. Shaggy 2 Dope's new album title was discussed, and as well as the March on Washington. It was a 23-minute segment, and you can hear it in its entirety by going to Fago Lovers and searching keyword Stern. All right, so 2 weeks ago, I told you that DJ Paul was just about finished working on a brand new mixtape. Well, it's completely finished now, and as of Monday, it's available for free download. It's called Mafia for Life, and it's available in 2 versions. The first free version is 12 tracks and is available at datpiff.com for free. It's hosted by DJ Scream and has collabs with John Connor, Dope DOD, Yellow Wolf, and more. The second version is a no DJ version, is available for hard copy and on iTunes. Find links to both versions or stream it in its entirety by going to fagolovers.net and searching keyword Mafia. So new shit from DJ Paul. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this brief. So the last thing I really want to tell you about is the Tech 9 Warrior Built contest for any MCs out there. It's called the Warrior Built MC Contest, and if you win, you'll be flown to Kansas City to record a song and a music video with Tech 9.
Nice.
A song called PTSD has been made available with an open spot for you to drop your verse on. All proceeds from sales of the winning single will go to the Warrior Built charity. You can hear the track, see the rules, and submit your entry by going to strangemusicinc.net/warriorbuilt.
Nice.
And everything that I have covered and was going to cover is also in a post on Fago Lovers, so you can find links on that right on the news page. So.
Thanks, Scotty.
Yes,
all right.
Thank you.
Love you, man.
All right, love you too, brother.
All right.
right, so let's go let's go to a quick break, and when we get back, we're gonna cover what's going on with Mr. Siegler.
And Kevin Gill will be joining us as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. All right, let's take that quick break, and Juggalos will be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Left alone by the dumpster. 16 now, nobody wants her. Where's her father? Where's her mother? Pissed off again in orphanages, kids are left to wonder. Don't you love me? Why'd you leave me? If you couldn't raise a baby, why the fuck did you conceive me? She lays her head back, daydreaming. A couple minutes later, she receives a call from CC. CC says, I got a couple grams. If you got a couple dollars, you should hit the spot and meet me. Now she's digging through the pocket of her jeans, living like an addict in the mindset of a teen. She rushes down the street, hops in a black car, coughing up her money for a bag of black tar. It's a shame she never noticed that she stuck it in her arm, that the tonic meant to help her was the one doing the harm. And now she's gone. Damn. See the flashes your life plays back. Made a choice that you can't take back. When you close your eyes and take your last breath, tell me, is it really better? Is it really better? See the flashes your life plays back. Made a choice that you can't take back. When you close your eyes and take your last breath, tell me, is it really better? Is it really better? Meet Tammy, she's a rebel, never listened. Her father wants her to excel and be a good Christian. All she wants is money, always worried about an image and material things, putting feelings at a distance. Another pretty girl caught up in the quicksand, down to sell her body every time she meets a rich man. It may be just a lack of self-respect, but it's easy to forget when they make out the check. It's like every night she sticks out her neck for what, a gold bracelet and a necklace set. Now she's getting in her car, driving to the hotel, about to make another stack if it all goes well. It's a client that she's met up with a lot, but as soon as she arrived, everything just went awry. They got into a fight, he whipped out a gun and shot her. When she took her last breath, all she thought of was her father. See the flashes your life plays back. Made a choice that you can't take back. When you close your eyes and take your last breath, tell me, is it really better? Is it really better? See the flashes your life plays back. Made a choice that you can't take back. When you close your eyes and take your last breath, tell me, is it really better? Is it really better? 7 in the morning, John is out the front door. Jacket full of cash, yet he always wants more. With a heart full of sorrow and a face full of greed. Running from his problems, chasing only green. When he's home, it's like he fakes his whole life. He's never known love, he don't like his own wife. This is why he's having sex on the side, always searching for a purpose in the depths of the night. It ain't right, it ain't a way to live. He's immersed in his work, another business trip. So he packs his bags and he kisses his kids. Little do they know he went to meet his trick. It's an addiction, but tonight it's different. When the feelings start to surface and ignite the friction, he produces a gun and doesn't think of his family. Shoots her and himself. Her name was Tammy. See the flashes your life plays back. Made a choice that you can't take back. When you close your eyes and take your last breath, tell me, is it really better? Is it really better? See the flashes your life plays back. Made a choice that you can't take back. When you close your eyes and take your last breath, tell me, is it really better? Is it really better? Even in these chains, you can't stop me. 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 I was upon the time there was a nasty little piggy filled with pride and greed. I was upon the time there was an eager little piggy typical disease. You see this little pig is slowly becoming my own worst enemy. You see this eagle pig, she's a blah 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 fucking paranoid. That's the way for you go along with me. Anything you get is what because of me. Everything I do you do along with me. No matter where you run, you cannot hide from me. She got a hold on me. Maybe she is just what they want me to be. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. I want you let me in. I want you let me in. I'm in everywhere that you be. I want nothing to lose and nothing to win. I want you let me in. I want you let me in. I'm already in the escape. I'm the big boss, I'm the king. You see, I am the wolf, and this dirty little piggy lives inside of me. You see, every now and then I forget which one I want and which one that I need. I have come to realize that both of them have become a necessity. And I have come to realize that they become legitimate and justify. Anything I say, you lie along with me. This only thing is all because of me. Anytime I cry, you always laugh at me. No matter what you do, you will belong to me. She's got a hold on me. Maybe she's just what they want me to be. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. I want you let me in. I want you let me in. I'm in everywhere that you be. I want nothing to lose and nothing to win. I want you let me in. I want you let me in. I'm already in the escape. I'm the big boss, I'm the king. Oh man, all this craziness, I just can't get the fuck out of my head. I can't. Even with these chains, you can't stop me. Even with these chains, you can't stop me. Even with these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you won't break me. Even in these chains, you won't stop me. Even in these chains, you won't break me. Even in these chains, you won't break me. Even in these chains, you won't hold me down.
Man, what a crazy video.
Right?
Shit. What a crazy night, huh? Jump Steady.
Yes.
What a crazy week.
Yeah, it's been.
If I may.
It's been pretty fucking stale.
It has. This is one of the things that you don't want to face, but sometimes we have to.
Yeah,
Right.
no doubt. I want to start by saying that Will has voluntarily terminated his employment over here at Psychopathic because of the love that he has for Psychopathic.
Okay.
So he realized that the fact that his past has been, come back to haunt him, that, and there's all this drama going on right now, that he just decided that he was going to step down.
Okay.
Because he didn't want to have any of the
negative effects.
The negative effects splashing over on the Psychopathic.
Well, that's noble.
All right, but I wanted to discuss something, this whole situation at length because.
Okay, but let's just let the Juggalos know that he's not gonna appear tonight.
Yeah, basically, he was here. He was supposed to be on the show, and he basically gave me a statement, which I can read.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not going to be here on the show tonight.
Right.
And
contrary to what I keep reading on social media and everything, this wasn't a ploy that we started the show late because of the controversy or nothing. We had some real legitimate technical difficulties, and there's the reason why we're having problems with the internet and everything. This was nothing to, we're gonna shake things up. None of that stuff. If you watch this show week in and week out, we got fucked up.
Right.
I read
technical difficulties.
Hey Rudy, I read that we were secretly recording the whole episode during that downtime, and then we're going to release a taped episode now for spin control purposes.
Okay.
All right. So I wanted to begin by saying that. To me, all right, whenever I meet somebody in my life, you know what I'm saying, and I decide to become that person's friend, I never judge them by anything that they've done in the past. To me, unless it's an unspeakable crime, okay? And in the case of Will, all right, I have never known him to lie, number one. I've never caught him in a lie. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people out there might think different, or some people might know him better than I do.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But I've never known him to lie.
Right.
Okay? And I consider Will to be a friend. You know what I'm saying? A good friend. And when he came to work for us, he admitted that he had a past. He went to jail for and all that. And he wanted us to know that up front. Now we at Psychopathic don't do any background checks
when
everybody comes to work for us.
Right.
If we did, nobody would be working here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We
all got past.
We're all criminals in our own right. But me personally as a man, I never judge people for what they did, back in the day or something like that. I judge you, when I choose to accept you in my life, I judge you from that moment on. Okay? And Will has been nothing but the shit since he's been working here. And I know a lot of people out there is hating on him, and maybe that don't amount to shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my experience working with him is he's a true fucking juggalo through and through. Super sacrifice his own lifestyle for juggalos, not just for Psychopathic, but any juggalo who needs anything. This motherfucker's driving all over the country, hooking people up with money, doing whatever he can. You know what I'm saying? So the Will Siegler I know has been a super stand-up dude, incredible. And he's contributed so much to this company since he's been here. You know what I'm saying? The short time he's been here. Including just recently at the Wizard of the Hood concert. He created all those costumes that you see on stage, everything down from the scarecrow to the lion with the tail sticking out the back. And whenever you gave Will a project, he killed it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me as somebody working on something as big as The Gathering, and it was okay, I got to task this super important rollout. Create the costumes, get the costumes together for Wizard of the Hood. They got to be the fucking shit.
Right.
Will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's you give him that task, and not only is he going to school it level 10, but he's going to put 100% heart into it. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe maybe some of the fact that of what he's doing is like the reason he's so sacrificing and so willing to help out others at the expense of his own personal well-being. Maybe that's some sort of atonement. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
for something he's done in the past or whatever. Maybe that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, and anybody that knows Will Ziegler, like really knows him, they know that this is the type of ninja this is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Will, I need some help. Bam, he's there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, they're like all fucking out, giving you the shirt off his back, whatever he's got to do to help you out. And that's what, including any juggalo, stranger, whatever, So a part of the Will that I know, a part of his motivating drive is to help people. And it's always been that, like ever since I've known him, he just wants to help people. That's like what he gets the greatest joy from is by helping people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like since this whole controversy started, I know that it originated from a group of people that don't like Will. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was definitely an attack on his character, and try to spread, his past around without even hearing the whole truth because. A lot of what's being spread, in my opinion, isn't the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the only way we could really know the truth is we were there when it all went down, obviously, because it's all he said, she said type shit at this point.
Right.
And, some stuff was dug up, and, and it's unfair to just blindly go off of that. It's like, Will actually served time for this crime that he committed.
That he admitted to committing.
Yeah, he did.
Or pled guilty to.
Pled guilty to.
Right.
Let's. Hey, he's a great guy. I got it. But let's call a spade a spade.
Okay. So he's written here a statement, and I just want to start with the statement, and then we can get into everything else that's been going on. Okay. So I guess he wrote this up earlier today to be read on the show. So here's the statement by Will. Okay, when I was 20, me and my friend was cruising around, and in front of a bar, we met 4 girls, and I started kicking it with one of the girls whose ID said age 18. You only got to be 18 to get into bars where I live, and if you have a nice figure, you never would have to pay for drinks, which is one of the reasons why I guess they would want to get a fake ID and hang out in front of bars. I started talking to them. They were all cousins. Me and my girl started talking. It lasted a few months and then broke up. So I started talking to one of the other girls. Super bad idea. We broke up after a month, and the night we broke up, the first girl called me and to talk and said I knew what she wanted to talk about. She asked me to come get her from a friend's house. I did, and we went to my house. She said she wanted to get back with me. I told her that we didn't work out the first time and nothing had changed. She said no, that she really liked me now, and I said, well, I need proof. So she said she'd go down on me. I told her, well, yeah, that'd prove it, and that I'd come get her when I got off work the next day. When she got home, her and her friend was talking, and she told her friend that she was getting back with me and what she was going to do, and her friend said, but isn't he going with your cousin? And she said, no, they broke up. The friend said, well, she was going to tell her anyway. She told her friend that no, she wasn't going to do that, and that instead I tried to force her to go down on me. So her cousin wound up being mad at me, and not for her for trying to get with me behind my back. She ended up being 15. What the fuck? They gave her the rape kit, and it came back negative, but my court-appointed lawyer still convinced me I should plead guilty and I'd get probation. I pled to attempt, which they tried to say was mental manipulation, force, and unlawful contact, which contact was by speech. To many people think contact only means physical touch. It doesn't. Calling someone on the phone is you having contact with them. Back on the subject, they gave me 6 years. It was a re-election year for my judge. He didn't want to seem weak. I was deemed an oriented offender, the least of the 3 class, in order to register once a year for 10 years with the local sheriff office. I'm not on the website as a registered anything. They gave me my release papers where if I was a pedophile or child molester, I'd automatically be registered as a predator for life. All I really want to express is that what I was accused of had nothing to do with a child and there was no gun. And that because of my love for the Juggalos and me not wanting anyone to stop being a fan or hating Psychopathic or the Insane Clown Posse because of me, of all the people, so I am stepping down from Psychopathic. I have to do what I feel is the best for the family I love. I don't want Juggalos hating Psychopathic or walking away because of me, whether they hate me personally or not. Much love for life. So basically what I gather from this is he's saying that he's basically saying that he didn't even have sex with the girl. He was about to, and the other girl apparently tripped out and basically ended up being the police got involved and a lot of things were said and he ended up in jail.
Right.
You know.
The gun charge, just as an outsider, the gun charge seems something crazy to add on to a case, or that if someone was pleading that the gun part wouldn't go away if there was not a gun present or involved, you know? It's like I think the words "at gunpoint" are in the, at least in the court paperwork.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and all the ones that I've seen.
So what you know, what Will told me was that the girl actually accused him of holding a gun to her. Okay. And then when it was actually went to court and they were asking her to describe the gun, she was like, "Oh yeah, I know how to, I know what the gun looked like exactly." And she described it the way she was describing it. It was just so far off base that they ended up just throwing it out because it seemed to not be truthful at all. So they ended up throwing that part out. And a lot of times when any case goes to court, they build up the most ridiculous case against somebody, like they aim real high and they you know what I'm saying?
See what sticks.
Little by little, yeah.
And then they give some away until what's left, right? So they always come with the most ridiculous exaggeration of the story, and then it gets chipped away into what it was actually there. So,
but it seems like though, and I'm not trying to be difficult, it just seems that, from reading stuff that the gun stuff, it might have been thrown out in court, but that's part of what he pled guilty to.
What he pled guilty to. That was my.
He didn't plead guilty to everything except the gun. They didn't take the gun part out.
Actually, he's claiming that the gun charges were dropped.
I mean, but the court documents state the contrary.
Okay, well,
and maybe there's another document that proves that aspect of the case was thrown out that's not publicly
shared. Right.
To be fair.
Right,
okay, so I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't do super research on it. I haven't seen any court documents. I know that people might, stuff can be manufactured. So what is it actually from a legitimate site?
Well, yeah, it's from the state of Ohio.
Okay,
I mean, that's it doesn't. Yeah, Mansfield, Ohio.
Right.
So look. Here's what I want to say about this. I respect what you said, Rob, about you up until knowing someone when you first meet them. But I mean, just playing devil's advocate, maybe he did have a dark past in the past. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm a man who's changed in 15 years. I've changed. I like to think that I've changed for the better because, like you said earlier in our conversation, we all did some fucked up things. But it's owning up to it. It's owning up to it is what is really pissing off juggalos.
Yeah.
They're just like, look, I talked to a juggalo today and he was like, you know what, man, whatever, man, it's fucking 15 years gone, but at least just be like, yeah, I did it, whatever, and if you didn't do it, and then you said that you did when you pled to it, it's too fucking, what I'm trying to say is, for the past week, and I never call you, I always text you, Rob. And I was getting bombarded with all of these messages, and I'm like, what the fuck are they? Did I not tell you that? What are they all talking about? I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And the reason that sucks so bad for me is because, just like you said, man, I can only tell you what I know about Will, the Will that I've known from, the last few years. He's always been super cool to me, always been down, always been cool. But look, rape is real close to my heart, man. My sister was raped at 14 years old, and the guy that did it got off, and it really fucking, it's like one of those things that, if you light a match under me, that makes me like, and I got to tell you right now, man, I admit, well, I say what I say. Hey, man, when he walked into this building tonight, I had nothing to say to him, man. I had nothing to say to him. Was that right of me? No, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't. But, it just feels like, look, I don't want no one to walk around and be like, hey, what's up, man? It's just a regular fucking Thursday, because it's not a regular Thursday. It's not been a regular week when I'm getting all of this shit, and I want to stand up for him, and I want to fight for him, and then I see all of these documents, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, really? Yeah. And I do want to say this, though, and I want to say this, and I want to leave it at that. I am really disappointed that he's not sitting in this room to say, hey, look, win, lose, or draw, this is what the fuck happened. This is what happened.
Well, I know this, that Will has been under incredible pressure, ever since this whole thing popped off, and he said that this is something that's been haunting him his whole life, and reasonably so. I mean,
absolutely,
he's got a record, for this. I guess. He was like according to this, like his statement here, I think he was 20 and the girl was 15. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you want to believe like what he said, like what if everything that he's saying is the truth, right? And again, I've never known Will to lie. That he's just gotten a super fucking bone for nothing that he really did wrong. In other words, he thought the girl was 18. And also he never even had sex with her. If everything is legit across the board, then what if this is just something that he's just getting an incredible bone with his whole fucking life? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's condemning him. Like, he's the worst scum on the earth. You know what I'm saying? And
I believe me when I tell you this, I'm not feeling that way. What I'm feeling is, look, if you owned up to it then own up to it now. Yeah. I mean, look, hey, fuck that, man. If it comes down to me going to fucking trial and to prison over fucking rape with an illegal weapon, man, fuck that. Let's go. Bring me in a fucking jury and let's go to town. Yeah. Because I'm not accepting the fact. One thing I'm not going to accept is I'm not going to have that shame against me, man. I'm not going to do it. And again, Rob, you're right. He's never lied to me either. Never lied to me. But maybe after prison, maybe after paying his debt, maybe he was like, you know what, it's time to fucking change and be a different man, Yeah. I believe people can change, man. I do. I believe it. And you're right, man. We should not judge him. Look, we shouldn't be judging him at all. I mean, because who the fuck are we?
Yeah, the Bible. Let's go to the Bible. I mean, there's a good saying on there. Let those who be without sin cast the first stone.
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to tell you like this, man. I was involved in a drive-by shooting when I was his age. Mm-hmm. It may or may not have led to deaths. I still don't know this day. It's something that haunts me forever.
Right.
So condemn me too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was stupid as fuck back in those days. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about something that was 17 years ago. And I'm not saying we just forget about it.
Well, no.
But Will seems like a person that has possibly spent his whole life trying to make up for that one mistake. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I get from him. Like, he's so giving to the point where it's like, this is crazy.
Right.
Like how much he's trying to do for people.
But and we're here and we're talking about how great and again I can't argue what you're saying about the greatness of him. But what if, let's just say, for shits and giggles, Rob, what if he did commit that heinous crime? What about that victim who have to live that each and every day?
If it was a straight like rape, you know what I'm saying? Like just super heartless, like had her pinned or something with a gun, like everything's betraying. Then yeah, like when I think about a situation like that, when I think about rape, like I know I can kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because if I seen a woman get raped, I would probably fucking kill the guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know for sure I'd go into a rage and probably kill the guy.
Right.
But again, we don't know the whole fucking story.
We don't.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't.
Like, we don't have, like, we weren't in the courtroom. We didn't talk to her directly. We don't have the facts. I don't care, like, the papers say this and that. Like, the truth of it, though, the full truth of it, we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Will.
And we got Will's side, and we got everybody else, you know, the court side or whatever's in whatever paperwork you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? So
right, and again, and I'm not speaking in defense, but also there is an idea, and I think Rob was touching on this, of that if you commit a crime and then, like, Mike Tyson is on the Cartoon Network, you know what I mean, and everyone loves Mike Tyson, and he was convicted of rape, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he owned up to it, though.
Right. Well, in some ways it seems like he also says he didn't do it, you know, or what's his name too, R. Kelly, man.
Right,
oh, yeah.
right. But okay, even those celebrities that people have given a pass to, you know what I'm saying? It still didn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it still doesn't.
Of course.
And here's the difference between R. Kelly, Mike Tyson. Is the hatchet, because we fight against pedophilia, we fight against rape, we fight against crimes against women, abuse. More than, you know, I was talking to a Juggalo earlier, and he was like, you know, it wouldn't matter if this was an employee with Marilyn Manson, because there's probably some pedophiles that work for Marilyn Manson. We don't know, but Marilyn Manson doesn't say, look, we're fucking against that. We are against that to the max. So I think that Juggalos that are upset about that, I think they're upset about the whole situation. And I got to tell you this too, Rob. I got to agree with you. I know that there's a lot of fucking hate for Will, and I don't know why. I've seen that from day one. From day one, I've seen that.
And there's probably a touch of jealousy, too, because there is a magic of the carnival, you know what I mean? A magic that so many people get to enjoy, and very few people are behind the scenes on.
Right.
Exactly.
So when we talk about, you know, other celebrities and whatnot like that, man, you know, look, those guys, once again, they didn't make, you know, build the Dark Carnival on fucking real morals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So in your mind, just so I get this straight, in your mind, he did it.
Like, you know what? I'm just looking at the evidence.
Right.
I'm looking at the evidence, and the evidence says, yeah, he did it.
Okay.
That's the evidence.
I will say again, I'm not trying to be whatever, but because I spoke against, I want to also just present facts. Someone here just sent me a thing from the court system document that, again, I'm no lawyer. It does appear on this document that his original charge involved the gun, but this document I'm looking at makes it look like the firearm part was dropped or converted to a lesser charge. But again, I'm no lawyer, but I know there's a lot of information out there. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you know, like, again, I don't know law.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I know how to read. That's
Right.
what I know how to do.
Right.
You know?
So one of the things that's been like tripping me out though is this like whole witch hunt thing. Like how everybody is so inspired and worked up to like bring Will down. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, I mean, he's a wreck right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he was gonna be on the show, and then he was actually here, and he just took off, and he's got so much stress, his fucking eyes are like bloodshot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like people are just pushing and pushing and pushing. You know what I'm saying? Against him, trying to ruin him in every way they can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to the point where, like, you know, I like worry about him.
Right.
Like what is he gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another real crime, the whole cyberbullying thing. You know what I'm saying? He did 6 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? And he's been paying for that mistake to whatever extent it is, whether it's what you're talking about or for what's here. You know, he's been paying for that mistake his whole fucking life, and he's still paying for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and believe me, is there not, you know, especially with you, Rudy, is there not a way for somebody to redeem themselves?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, for be a monster at one point in their life and redeem themselves
absolutely,
at some point.
Absolutely, but you got to own up to your shit, you know?
Right.
You got to own up to your shit. I mean, you know, there's a lot of shit that I'm not proud of, but I look people in the eyes and say, yeah, I fucked up. And you know what? Again, I would never. I don't give a flying fuck anybody. And I know a lot of people that do that. They hear the plea bargain or whatever, and they're like, all right, I'll take it. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck you and fuck that. I'm a real true stand behind guy when I say, hey, look, if I did it, then I did it. Okay, then I got to do whatever time it is. But damn it, you're not gonna tell me, hey, I got this deal for you, and we can make it a, I'm not buying that, man. For me personally,
Right.
For me personally, now some people do that. Some people do that, and they get the bone.
Right.
Sure.
But you know what? For those who fucking do that, man, maybe they deserve the bone. Because I'm not gonna put myself in a position to be like, yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'll sign these court papers saying, yeah, I raped her. I'm sorry. Or I attempted to. Fuck you.
Right.
Right.
Hey, can I throw out one thing? The one thing I wanted to address with Will, and obviously he's not here, but
Yeah, I don't want to bury him at all, man, because a man should be able to fucking he should be able to stand up and anything we're saying is contrary. You know what I'm saying? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Will, if you're out there listening, I want you to know this was not going to be no interrogation from me. Look, I wanted you to look me in the eyes and say, hey, look, this is what happened.
Right.
Let me judge. Nick said it the best. The producer of the show. Nick said it. He was like, man, once you look a man in the eyes.
Yeah.
Once you look a man, you know that. I'm sorry,
Sure.
KG.
I was just going to say one thing, so we all know Will's past and the charges and all that. The one thing I've seen a lot of people mention online, but that I've seen zero evidence, like not even a single screenshot of, is a lot of people would add fire to the Will situation by saying, oh, like Will sent me all these creepy messages and sent me naked photos of himself and said he'd give me free tickets to do this and that. I see a lot of people spreading fanning the flames with that, so to speak. And if that's true, that's terrible. But I feel like with so many people against Will right now, for right or for wrong, wouldn't some of those screenshots be public if that was true?
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because I had to hunt a couple of them down myself.
Right.
Right. Ninjas hit me up. Like, oh, this happened. That you got a screenshot of it?
Right.
Oh, no. Do you got a picture? Where is it? Well, you know what I'm saying? Or claiming somebody's seen it, but they don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man.
In this day and age, man, a screenshot is the easiest thing in the world, man.
So, the whole thing is just super stale.
It's terrible, man.
It's really stale, and it's really stale, what's happening all the way around. But apart from, like, Will's crime to whatever level it was, you know what I'm saying?
That to me, Rob, man, any type of rape is unforgivable to me, man. That's as a man.
Right. It's also the level and for lack of a better term, like the cyber bullying that's going on right now.
Well, it's
like the just like hate and like right now this show is just super fucking negative, and we got more people watching
than we've ever had.
had.
I mean, and we've got it on YouTube, and we've got it everywhere, and it's never been this big ever.
And it's like, oh shit, it's like this is what it's almost like this is what certain people want. They want to feed off of the negative and the hate and just bring somebody down and sit back
and now they did, right? So now what? Okay, so Will's past is now his present. And Will's not here anymore, so now what? You know what I mean? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I see a lot of people doing good things, but I haven't seen this many people motivated to do something good in a long time.
Like if we had a show about the Juggalo March, and we were gonna reveal all what's going on, it'd probably be still like half the people watching right now.
You're absolutely
like
right.
We could be talking about the most positive shit on the planet, trying to do something good, and it's like half the people watching. So it's just. It's the whole thing is sickening me. Like, apart from like Will's past, it's also these ninjas that obviously have it out for Will. Like they just want to bring him down. They hate him for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? It might be stemmed from jealousy. It might be something that Will has done to them in the past. But it's definitely like they're gunning for him, and they're probably high-fiving each other.
I've never seen nothing like
They're probably high-fiving each other right now. Like, we did it. We got him fired. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
why I called you. I was like, what do I do, man? Like, I don't know how to fucking
the
address
whole
this.
The whole thing all across the board is just it makes me sick. You know what I'm saying? Across the board, like everything from Will's past to what ninjas are doing online. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's not everybody. There's ninjas defending him. There's other ninjas like hey, we don't know the fucking whole story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's definitely an attack going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Against him. And it's just a lot of negative energy, and it's just sad. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's just really fucking sad.
The sad part is what you just said. Like, if we were talking something real positive, like, we wouldn't have. I mean, we've looked in these chat rooms and we're like, wow, man, there's only that many people watching tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
And now, you know, it's just blown up. But speaking of the chat room, what's happening in the chat room over there, Natalie? I mean, what?
I
mean, hey, Juggalo's family. Hey, we're in this together. What's up?
Right. It froze just a couple minutes ago, but I have it pulled up from where we were at a couple minutes ago.
And we ain't censoring nobody.
No, not absolutely not. You know, the chat room is kind of mixed. Majority are of course, voicing their opinion.
What are some of their opinions?
All right. Some people, you know,
good and bad. Let's hear both.
Yeah,
let's hear both.
Let's go ahead and okay. Some of them I would fight that shit. Talking about they would fight the charges, just like you said. We have some others that.
You know, I want to say something about that real quick. I know I was in a situation. It's not exactly the same, obviously.
Right.
But I was in a situation where I was in Chicago, and they used to have people out front of the concerts all the time. Any ICP concert, as we were on tour, they would be bootlegging shirts.
I remember this case you're about to talk about.
And so what we used to do.
Over there.
Oh, are we still live?
Audio's live.
Okay.
Everything.
Audio's live, no video.
Hey, so see, Juggalos, this ain't no ploy. This is welcome to Bootleg Juggalo Show.
If we get 10 more listeners, the sound's gonna go out.
I'm afraid to refresh my page. It won't. I'll be booted out.
No,
the
go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
Anyway, you know, what we used to do is to combat the bootleggers. You know, because if you wanted to do it legally, you'd have to go to each state and get like paperwork saying you own the copyrights to all these images, and it's just a super pain in the ass.
Sure.
So we do it the simple way. We just get in the van, you know, roll up on a bootlegger, jump out, surround them, and basically be like, give up your shit or we're beating your ass. You know? And they would always give up their shit, except for this one lady. Okay, we didn't threaten to beat her ass, but we were like, look, give up your shit. She said, no, I ain't going to. I snatched the shirts out of her hand. You know? So then ended up going to court, and the lawyer that was there, he said, look, you got to apologize to her for what you did. I said, what do you mean apologize? Like, she's fucking bootlegging our shit.
Right.
Fuck that. And he was like, no, well, you can apologize, or this could go to trial, whatever. You might do 5 years. And I'm like, 5 years for what?
Right.
You know, because it was considered battery because I snatched the shirts out of her hand. So I might as well socked her in her face. It's the same crime.
Wow.
Yeah, like if you touch somebody's personal shit, like you grab a cell phone out of their hand or something like that, you might as well punch them in their face because it's the same severity of crime. You know?
Right.
So anyway, they were like, they want you to apologize, or else, you know, you might serve 5 years. And I was like, ma'am, I apologize for what I did. I'm so sorry for snatching your bootleg shirts.
The ones that we own the copyrights to, by the way.
Right. You know,
by the way, we own the copyright. I'm just saying.
I was quick to apologize, given those circumstances. So I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like, oh, you got to fight the system and all this.
Well, that's a big difference between that and someone accusing you of raping them. That's a big difference.
Right.
Man, you know?
What Will told me, he was told that if he pleads out, he might only do 6 months. You know, so he was looking at like 20 years or whatever the fuck. He was looking at some ridiculous.
I think a really important part of this story is to any juggalo that's ever looking at a crime or facing a court, whatever you have to do, beg, borrow, steal, have a benefit, get a real fucking lawyer.
Right.
Period.
Right.
It's literally the most
that,
important thing you can do.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Outside of this case, just as a general rule, because as you said, it's a crazy world out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, the way I kind of look at this, and again, it's not the same, but as juggalos, you know, we get judged all the time and put a label on, and people think we're the worst fucking criminals on the planet. They ostracize us. we're a gang, and they don't ever fucking dig to really find the fucking truth of the story or care to hear the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to a similar degree, it's what's happening to Will, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Without hearing his story or like taking account the full history of this thing.
Right.
You know, and how long ago it was, and that he served years in jail. You know, it doesn't matter. Fuck him. He's a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? You know, for something that, you know, who knows the truth of. You know, and I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying like he's innocent. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the full truth of it, but the Will I know has never fucking lied. The Will I know is a much different person than who he was 17 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I have to.
I mean, you were doing drive-bys 17 years ago, man. You know, I can't see you doing
longer.
that now.
Yeah, a little bit longer. Yeah.
You know, and you're a fucking guy with morals and stand up a person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
and I'm saying people can change.
And I'm also atoning for my sins and my crimes. Like a lot of stuff that I do. Like that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And every time I get the bone, I'm like, psychologically, I'm like, I fucking deserve it.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Right.
DJ Carlito will tell you to your face. I always tell him, I always say this. Look, you know, when someone breaks into my house or whatever.
Yeah. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
right. You deserve it.
And also, man, one thing that you taught me years ago, Rob, and it's stuck with me, man, as your brother, that whatever you're about to do, always be prepared to accept the consequences.
Exactly, yeah.
Always be prepared.
Because
right. You know when you're doing dirt.
Yeah, if you get caught, you just got to own up to it, just like you said. You know?
And that's really, Rob, that's the nutshell.
Don't even do the crime unless you're willing to do the time. Like, and I mean that.
Yeah.
Like, don't you know, if you're cheating on your girl, whatever you're doing, right? Whatever you're doing on the down low, on the low and dirty, if you're not willing to take the consequence, if you get caught, you have no business fucking around or doing that crime or being a thief or fucking drug dealer or fucking adulterer or whatever the fuck.
You taught me that years ago, and I live by that, man.
Right.
Believe it, I do.
You got to gauge it out, like
it's in my head, man. Whenever, and I swear to you, man, I've told Carlito this a million times, and now he's like. Yeah. Man, I think of that when I get ready to fuck up, man, and which is great, man. Yeah, no doubt. That we keep that like that in the family and everything, and I think that's really what all this comes down to. And you know, like all of this negative energy, you talk about that you feel like as though you're paying for crimes or bad things that you did in the past.
Yep.
That has a lot to do with the charitable stuff that I do to this day.
Right.
You know, I'm like, fuck, man, all of that bad shit that I did, I can give back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
and it's there in my head for always. You know, like, fuck, man. You know,
right.
And I hope that when I'm judged, because look, none of us, I don't give a fuck if you did 6 years or you did 60 years. The real judgment will come on Judgment Day.
Yeah, no doubt.
So anything that we have to say on the internet or here on the fucking Juggalo show means absolutely nothing.
Right.
Until you see your maker.
Sure.
And then that's when you're going to be judged. We'll all be judged, you know. And, you know, again, man, who am I to fucking say who's right and wrong in this, you know? You know, and these elected officials that are in there, you know, they're just... You know,
one of the another sad thing about it, going back to the whole cyberbully thing, is that you know, I've been getting hit up with ninjas. Hey, you know, sending me shit about Will, and then turning around talking about, hey, you know, like I got these skills, you know, can I get in there and get a job?
Right.
And it's just crazy to me, like, what is the motivation?
Right.
Like, you know, whether you hate him for some reason, something that happened in the past, you know what I'm saying, or you're jealous of him, or you just want his job. Like, what is the real motivation?
Hey, man, if he gets out of there, then can I put an application in?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, I know there's an opening.
Right. It's just crazy to me.
It is. And you know what really fucks me up, man, is if we're focusing all of this attention.
But I hate to interrupt you, man.
No.
But you know, they did it, man. He's out of here.
Right.
And
right.
and and those ninjas that started this whole smear campaign, look, you can be happy to know that he's fucking a wreck. You know what I'm saying? And he's emotionally, severely fucking depressed over this shit. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it be on your heads. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this, though. Let me say this, and being the devil's advocate here, Rob. What if he did do that crime? Then that girl is emotionally a wreck for fucking life.
You know, we can go round and round on this, man.
I know we can.
I'm just saying that the Will I know now,
right?
I'm almost positive is not the Will from fucking 17 years ago.
Fair enough.
Is all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
And everything that I have to gauge that kid by is all been fucking positive. Fair enough. I've never met a ninja with just such drive and heart for everything that he does, and self-sacrificial.
Right.
You know
you know, Rob, man. As long as you've known me, man, I've always been a guy that you have to prove to me. You have to show me. Yeah. And when and look again, man. Look, Rob, I didn't make up these documents. You know, I'm looking at, and I'm like, wow, man. Wow, this is not the Will that I know.
Unfortunately for him, he's still paying for that crime, and he always will be. So that you know, hey, you know, he fucked up to what degree, whatever.
We'll never know.
He fucked up,
right?
And he's gonna pay for that the rest of his fucking life.
And at the end of the day, Psychopathic Records, a company that stands against rape, violence against women, against all these things. Psychopathic Records now no longer has someone that that has a past conviction in a field like this. So
and you know, props to Will again, you know, in the end for stepping down. You know what I'm saying? For him not wanting to you know, to you know, stay here to associate with all his past and bring all that drama and staleness to the company. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of guy Will is. He's willing to take that step. You know, again, self-sacrificing himself. You know, he loves it here. You know what I'm saying? He every day he drives like 3.5 hours to get down here and 3.5 hours to get back home. You know what I'm saying? And that's how much he loved working here. You know, and he's on the phone every fucking day, customer service, helping people out. Fucking man, forget it. You know, you know. So yeah, he's paying for his crime. He did 6 years, and he's probably gonna do another 60, fucking atoning for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it all, you know, apart from that, and maybe he got what he deserved. Okay.
We don't know.
It just, again,
you're a father, you know, man.
It really does sicken me though, this whole thing and how it went down. It went down. It is like low class, is all I'm saying.
I've never ever. I'm a guy who has words for everything, and I just didn't know what the fuck to say. I'm like, I got it, man. I you know me, Rob. I always text you, and I called you. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on, man? What is really fucking happening? And it sucks. It sucks because, you know, I don't know, man. I want to believe.
All right, I want to do.
It is what it is, man.
We're having trouble with our phones.
Terrible phone lines.
But because we just switched over companies,
yes.
But we want to field some questions. If you got any questions about the situation or any comments, you can hit us up in the chat. Or
with your number.
Or you can also leave your number in the chat.
We'll call you.
And we got a bootleg way to basically call.
Hey, I'm booted out of the chat right now, but yeah, if I'm not sure if you can even private message me. Yeah, who's still in the chat room in here?
Right. I have a chat window open.
Okay, so hit up KG.
If you got any questions or any kind of comments right now, hook it up in the chat because you know, we wanted to let ninjas vent because I know a lot of people are upset, and maybe they're even more upset for some of the things said tonight. But we wanted people to you can't
please everybody.
We wanted people to vent and get it off their chest, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at this as a way to hopefully get past this and like almost like a healing process, if you will, by speaking about it.
It's all family, man. You know.
And one thing I wanted to say, one gem that you pointed out, which is really unfortunate, is I wish Will would have been here to at least tell his side of the story. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that would have been important.
Absolutely, I think so. I think so. You know what sucks, Rob? And you know, you did it. The big roller coaster going up because we just came off a great party here in Detroit last week.
Yeah.
Everybody, the family all together and everything, having a good time. And then Monday to hear all this shit's like, wow, you know. But yeah, go on the chat room and if there's any questions or comments.
Also, not to try to associate the two together, but Blase Rose coming out, and there's definitely a lot of mixed reaction to her just being on the label and all the controversy around that as well.
Yeah, I listened to that on my drive here.
Yeah, it's like.
Sorry, Rob, real quick, for people that want to get their number, I realize some people don't want to put their number in the chat room.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If people Facebook message me their number, I can text it to Natalie or something like that.
Good idea. That's good. Yeah, go ahead.
Good idea. We're trying to work with you, Juggalos. We're not.
Although, if you believe the conspiracy theorists, Rudy, this is all part of an elaborate
Remember, we recorded this afternoon.
Yeah, this is like fucking 3 weeks ago, dog.
All right, KG, are there any questions popping up in the chat? Any comments?
I've got some. I'm following it from the outside, but I'm not on the inside. But I can read what they're putting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody, Joker 3, he said Will did do the right thing, but he should have been a man and defended himself on the show.
Yeah, which I agree with.
Yes.
Me too.
I've had a lot of
in my life, man, sometimes I had to own up to some shit, man.
Right.
And it was always that. It was always like, fuck it. Meditate on it, come in and fucking just talk about it to get through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way you can get through it.
And it helps.
Yep.
It helps. It's like the beginning.
It's a healing, yeah.
Yeah, it's the beginning of it. No matter how hard that is.
Yeah.
To just be able to talk about it.
Right.
Is a way to get past shit.
I can't lie, man. I was upset when he was walking out the building. I'm like, you heard me.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right,
Fuck, here's your shot, man.
Yeah.
Well, who else? Anybody else over there?
Got a lot of comments here, which I'll feed some. Got some. Okay, next comment, Mr. J. Wall. He did say, I'm sure his rape victim understood and forgave him because of all he's done for Psychopathic. So, yeah.
That's another thing, talking about, again, it's pointing the fact that what Will's statement is garbage and has no value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, it goes back to the whole truth of the thing. And if you've ever been a victim of a crime, which I have.
Me too.
I've actually been a rape victim when I was a kid.
Oh God.
All right, I'm not going to get into that.
Right.
But any anger that you hold toward the person is only hurting yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the end, you have to forgive and let go in order to move past. Because if you're angry and bitter, that person that did the crime to you, they're not fucking sweating you.
That's
thinking about you. So it's only damaging yourself mentally and psychologically. It's only hurting yourself.
I go back to my sister, man, and like she, being a forgiver is one thing, but to relive that, to have that relived with you. My sister's fucking 40 years old now, man, and this happened when she was 14, and to this day, man, it still fucks with her, man. And
see, for me, I was able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And one of the things is, I remember when Joe was writing the book Behind the Pain. He told me, he said, hey man, I want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that happened to our family, everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's like, are you cool with that? Because I'm not going to put it in the book if you're not cool with it.
Right.
And to me, that moment was the ultimate release of letting it go.
There you go.
Like, you know what I'm saying? To just put it out there, fucking not try to contain it or bottle it up. Just fucking put it out there to the world, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And just to let it go. And it was the best thing I ever did, man, because it really helped me out. And to this day, man, mad love to all the Juggalos, because I never get asked that. Nobody ever fucking asked me about it. Because he says right in the book, don't ever fucking bring it up. You know what I'm saying? And true to life,
and
man.
they stuck to that. That's cool,
and they
man.
respected it. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool, man.
But at the same time, putting it in that book, that was my way to let go and
close the
chapter. And since then I've been like so much better, because all that hate and anger and confusion that was floating around in my head for those years afterwards, it was all me. You know what I'm saying? It was all just damaging myself, damaging my soul, damaging my spirit. You know what I'm saying? because of what happened to me. So, but anyway, that's just a side note on that.
But you know, like here's the thing, man. Man, let's wrap this shit up, man, because this is really fucking stale, man.
Well,
like,
are there any other are there any questions or comments or anything?
There's some.
Talk. Let's air it out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't even want to say this one.
Good.
The person Jason F. Said he has a very simple question for Jump Steady. He said,
"Oh shit!
Do you forgive the person who molested Jay and you?"
Yeah. Forgive is probably not the right word. To be straight up honest about it, I just don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about him. There's no anger. So in a way, I guess it. You know, me not being a super religious person, it's not like I could see him and be, you know, if he's still alive, I couldn't see that person and just be like, oh, it's straight, you know, let's hang out. You know what I'm saying? I was forgiven. But at the same time, if I seen him, I wouldn't try to run him down with the car either. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a letting go. You know? It's like my real father, my real father, he was the worst fucking person on the planet. You know what I'm saying? The worst fucking human being you can be. You know what I'm saying? And I've let him go a long time ago. Like Joe, you know, he did a song about him, and you know, I did the intro to it. You know what I'm saying? What I was talking about was I don't think about him, I don't care about him. You know, he's coming up now just because I'm trying to use him as an example. But, but he obviously, he doesn't come into my mind. Like I haven't seen him in 40 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? More. And he never comes into my mind at all. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking killed my mom. He destroyed us, like, you know what I'm saying? And he just doesn't register. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
not literally, Juggalo.
And I'm not saying like a rape victim should forgive the, you know, that's what I'm not talking about forgiveness. I'm not saying a rape victim needs to forgive the person that assaulted them. I'm saying, as advice, you gotta fucking let it go, man. You gotta talk about it and don't bottle it up and fucking let it go to the point where you don't care anymore. It's like a release. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not hurting yourself with all this fucking negativity. You're carrying around this hate and anger. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot to carry around for the rest of your life.
And because you're only hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the bone of it, man. Because you've been traumatized once, and now you're just holding on to it. That baggage. You know?
So the answer, Joker, was it? To answer his question, I don't forgive him, but I forgot about him. You know what I'm saying? I forgot about it. Like I'm just over it. I don't dwell on it. I don't fucking dream about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like such a distant fucking thing that happened that it doesn't have any sharpness to it anymore.
And let me say this, man. You know, don't take this shit lightly, Juggalos, man. What the fuck, man? This man, he hasn't talked about this in years, man.
No.
And now he's put it out here, man. It's not a fucking light subject, man. Now let's go back to not asking him about it.
Okay, here's a little bit of a positive one. Everybody wants to know what the future of the Psychopathic street team is going to be like.
Huh? With all this?
Well, Will was running the street
team.
And he did a really good job at it too, man. Like, you know, he organized the street team army, and they're a fucking awesome group of individuals. And they basically school it, like, you know, promotional tactics. And also, like, they helped out at the gathering. Like, the gathering last year, for every street team member that didn't have a ticket or couldn't afford a ticket, we got them, like, Will organized them to do security detail, volunteer work, you know, for some hours to basically volunteer work to in lieu of a ticket, you know, to give them a ticket in the gathering. And they're trustworthy ninjas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're going to be on fucking point and all that. So, unfortunately, with Will gone, you know, we're so...
that don't mean send in applications.
No.
Relax.
It's definitely going to have to be a replacement, you know what I'm saying? And so at this point, it's on. I mean, this is just recent. This shit just happened, so there's no way to really answer that. You know, but I do know that there's probably not going to be anybody to school at the level Will was. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
Well,
you know?
I bet you there's some juggalos out there that are like, I'll challenge you on that.
Sure. You know? Yeah.
Anybody else over there, Natalie?
I we've got several people waiting to get phone calls here.
Hey, so what are we doing about the phone calls? We're gonna, yeah,
we're ready.
Let's do it.
All right, so
shit. Sorry once again, Juggalos, for this. I mean, we're trying to make it work, you know. I'm sorry, Nick, with all of my.
All right, go ahead, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
This is Matthew from Indiana.
What's up, Chew?
Information about the subject and some stuff I want to talk to you about.
All right, go ahead.
Talk to us.
The one thing I don't understand is in your statement, Rob, that you read from him, he said that the crime he committed, he was 18 and she was 16.
No, he says.
Anybody can look at the court records and penalties for the Ohio State and the Ohio State judicial system and see that crime that he's saying he committed only holds a 6 to 18 month sentence.
Yeah.
$5,000 fine.
Right, I got you. He was saying he was 20.
6 years in prison. It doesn't add up.
Yeah, he said he was 20 in the statement, but no, I hear you saying, and again, there's no real telling like what the actual truth of this whole situation is. You know, like if you go off of what this statement says exactly, like I hear what you're saying. You could probably like why did he get 6 years? You know what I'm saying? And why did he plead down to 6 years? In his statement, what he's claiming is she was claiming rape, and he had to plead to a lesser charge in order to. He's claiming he never even had sex with her, and he had to plead down to a lesser charge in order to get away from the rape charge. Which would have gave him more years.
Where is the gun thing coming from and the oral sex that was forced? I don't know. This is what I've been seeing in these documents. Right. Do you know anything about this, Matt or Matthew?
Well, see, we're trying to find. I was one of the people that started researching a lot of the facts. I'll tell you the truth. I made the original meme that kind of started all this. And it did start as a kind of little joke, because years ago I was told that Will was he was on the sexual registration list, and that he was 18 years old, and he solicited sex with a 16-year-old. You know, I can overlook that. You know, shit happens. But after I created that meme, people hit me up and were like, whoa, bro, that's not the real story. Look at these court documents. Check out this paperwork. And so we started digging and looking deeper and deeper and found out that that was not the story at all. And that's not what he was charged with. He pleaded down from rape to attempted rape. That's not statutory rape. And that's not a consensual rape. I mean, I understand what the girl said, and he's saying she didn't do it, but like this story that he's telling you guys, this doesn't match up with the facts.
Hey,
and if you
Matthew,
go to juggalomarch.com, somebody made a blog, and it was very well written, and it has all the information, all the links to the court cases, and all the information. I mean, everything you need. It's all in black and white.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Documents.
Matthew, can you hear me?
These are actual forms.
You gotta wait, Kevin. There's a delay.
Hey, Matt, can you wait 1 second? Because Kevin wants to ask you something. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, no problem.
I was just curious, Matt, as someone who's, meaning yourself, someone who spent some time reading over these documents, do you feel that it's true or false that the gun part of the charge was dismissed in the end?
Hello?
I think it's a delay. Or maybe he can't hear me at all.
Can you hear Kevin?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, sorry, brother. I was going to say, as I know you've spent a lot of time reading these documents. Do you think, is it true or false that the gun part of the charge was thrown out or later dismissed?
Like, I fucking put my heart and soul into the company in the Dark Carnival. You know, I've been down with you guys since 1994. Like, I'm not trying to like ruin somebody's life, but when you preach certain morals in your music and stuff we live behind, it makes no sense that a man like this would be working for a company that we all love so much. And I understand that, like, he's nice to you guys and, like, he's passionate in the company. I'm not denying that at all. I know the man has skills. When I first met him, it was because of his costumes and how amazing they were. But people put on masks and they trick you. And I think that's what this man did to everybody.
going back to the question that I asked Rudy, so when you commit a crime in your life, right, no matter, and to what extent it is, to me it's still unclear, because to me, like, when I meet a person, it's like I don't put anybody on a pedestal. I don't put faith in people, but I trust you until you give me a reason not to. And Will has never lied to me. He's never given me personally a reason to not trust him. And whatever crime he did, from back in the day, like, he's saying he just got the bone, is what he's saying, okay? So for me, trusting him, I got to go off of his word. You know what I'm saying? That's just me as a person, the way that I live my life, and the morals that I live, and the standards and the honor that I maintain as a person. I'll trust you until you give me a reason not to. You know what I'm saying? So there is a chance.
Wait,
hold up.
She's talking.
There is a chance he got the bone. But even if, like, he committed these crimes, right? Like, is there, in your honest opinion, is there no redeeming? Like, fuck you, Will, you need to burn in hell the rest of your life, and no matter what you do to try to atone for your sin, you have to live with just getting the bone the rest of your life? Like, is there no, you said it yourself, like, Will's the shit. Like, at one point you admired him, and you know what I'm saying? Like, does that mean nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like he could have, he fucked up. He did his time, and now he's making up for that crime the rest of his life. How? In my opinion, maybe by helping everybody, not including Psychopathic. It's not just about what he did for us. It's about what he does for all juggalos. You know what I'm saying? Like, above and beyond, all the fucking time. Like, doesn't give a fuck about himself. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm saying is there not a way to redeem yourself for your crime that you committed, 17 years ago in his case? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it just like, fuck you, burn in hell the rest of your life? You know what I'm saying? Or is it possible that somebody can change? You know what I'm saying? Realize the mistakes they made and fucking change. We weren't there in that room. We'll never know exactly what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what the court case says, like, the court's a fucked up place. You know what I'm saying? And people get thrown in jail all the time for fucking crimes they didn't commit. And juggalos are getting locked away just because they got the fucking hatchet, man.
Absolutely.
And getting probably double sentences of what they would be getting if they didn't.
It just troubles me, Rob, that he's not here to defend it. And to me, that's
sure.
Kinda, that's.
But anyway, the question that I'm fielding is that the case? Like, is that the case? Like, fuck you, there's no chance you can redeem yourself. There's no chance that.
Some crimes are forgivable, and yes, there's repentance, but also there's certain crimes that are so severe and heinous that no, someone should have lived to live with that guilt. And if it came out that he embezzled money from a place, or he robbed somebody, or maybe he shot somebody in defense, I might be able to look past that. But for the crimes, we're living in America, and it's the judicial system. He pled guilty to this. Guilty. That means he was guilty of it.
No, according to. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but according to what he's saying, is they were going to put him away for a much longer term. So he was scared. He was young. He didn't know.
25 years, and assault with a handgun with it even holds a better charge. Yeah, he took a plea bargain. But like Rudy said, if some girl that I didn't do that to accused me of that, I would go to trial. I would fucking die before I had that put on my record. And you guys don't feel the same way? If somebody was accusing you of that heinous a crime that's going to be held over your head forever,
I wouldn't plead to it.
You wouldn't fight that to death?
Yeah. I can see the point there. The whole thing with this whole situation, though, again, is who knows what Will was thinking back then, and honestly, who knows what he did. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know.
His story, she was just upset and was trying to get back at him, revenge style. And I'm telling you, man, brother, countless cases of people getting the bone just like that. Countless fucking cases of people going to jail, and then later on down the line, they get freed because they realize it was just a bullshit story. Or
he had friends with him, so he had witnesses that could have testified. saying it didn't happen.
Oh shit!
It wasn't
I didn't know he had
hurt.
friends with him.
They were alone when this whole thing was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's talking
It
about.
just seems real fishy to me, bro.
No, I got
don't know.
you. You know, and you're entitled to your opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely entitled to to voice that opinion, but to just condemn somebody like you know what the hell's going on and there's no refuting it. Like it happened and that's the end of it. You're all seeing
Well, he's
and
not
all
here
knowing.
to defend himself either,
Sure.
though. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
So I'm just saying that's a little presumptuous, and that's
Right.
and to me wrong. It could be like, all right, these are the facts. This is what happened. This is what the court case is saying. But ninjas are just like, fuck Will.
Right.
He deserves to burn in hell.
But
you know
Rob, you gave him the platform to
Yeah.
rebut
Sure.
these guys. You know.
Sure. Anyway.
Can I ask you a question? Rob?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you would have knew about these allegations and had the court papers in front of you, all of that stuff before he worked for you, would you have hired him still?
I don't think I knew Will enough to at that time, like when he first started working for us. Like everything's on a gauge, you know what I'm
So
saying?
just on the allegations alone and the court papers and the facts.
If you
Yeah,
had him, is what he said.
but it wouldn't be like
Accused of, would you have took a chance with him?
right, probably not. To be honest with you,
Right.
like now, if that came to light like a year after he'd been working, then yeah, then I'd want his story. Because at that point I knew Will enough, and I knew enough to gauge him by his personality and everything that I've seen. Then I'd be like, well, what is the story, Will? Like, what is the story with this? And then when he told me the story, as he's never given me a reason to doubt him before, then I would have took his word for it. And yeah, he probably would have still been working here at that point. But when he first started working here, no. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, no, Will, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who the fuck you are. You got this potential rape crime on your
Right.
record. And I do not gauge court paperwork as fact. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look at that as like that's like written in stone. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's 100% factual, because I know shit gets misconstrued in courtrooms all the time, and people put people in jail all the time out of fucking jealousy and out of hate. You know, they just hate that person, so they just accuses them of some shit. Next thing you know, you're going to jail.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but yeah, to answer your question, no, I wouldn't have hired him when he first came to work for us, because that would have put doubt in my mind for sure. But at the same time, I would have been like, fuck you, and beat his ass, which is kind of like what your guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I've never been like, fuck you, you need to die.
there's people.
The only thing I've ever said from the beginning is I don't think you should work for Psychopathic Records, a company that strives on
You got it,
fighting
man.
child molesters and pedophiles and people like that.
You got it.
That's all I've ever. That's been my
Okay.
stand from the beginning.
You succeeded. You know, and on top of that, also note that because of the wave of negative energy and the tone that it's taken, where everybody is condemning him like 100%, this is truth and factual, no matter what, he's got death threats on a daily basis. You know, people are threatening to kill him. We had people driving up in cars here looking for him earlier today.
We sure did. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And so think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I know me and a couple other people that kind of been fact finding. We've also got threats from the other side of it.
right, got
So
you.
I totally understand that.
Right. So I that's the only point I was trying to make is that whole smear campaign. It's just so fucking dark. You know what I'm saying? It's so negative.
Ugliness to it. And I think there's a lot of, hey,
Yeah.
you know, look at me. But I don't know. I just looked at the facts and my personal interaction and the people that I know's personal interaction. And there was a lot of stuff too. Like I know a lot of people like said he did this and that. But this is stuff I've been hearing for like years from Will. Like I said, I found out about this 6-7 years
So
ago.
can I ask you
So
this, Matt? Is it Matthew? Can I ask you this? Can I ask you this, man? So, if you heard about this 6 or 7 years ago, why didn't you bring it to light then?
Because at the time,
if we're talking about morals and everything,
he wasn't
with,
working
you know,
for Psychopathic 6-7 years
at the
ago.
time when I was told about it,
Yeah.
I was told that he was 18 and she was 16 and her parents got upset. Now, I've met friends and had people that's happened to them, you know?
Sure.
He's 18, the girl's 16, the parents, oh, you're fucking my daughter, you know? And then they call him on it. So I was like, you know, I can look past that, but I'm going to kind of observe this guy from a distance, you know? And then there was the incident where he was selling fake gathering tickets, You know,
selling fake gathering tickets.
That's the first. That's well-known knowledge.
Selling fake gathering tickets. I never heard nothing about that.
I'm hearing about that.
This is the first we're hearing about this.
There's plenty of people that can tell you he actually refunded money to
what?
people that year that Corporal Robinson was selling fake gathering tickets, and he actually made fake gathering tickets to sell.
Well, I know that ain't the truth because
that was just told to me by a bunch of people.
That ain't the truth though, brother.
Wait, let Rob talk.
That ain't the truth because he wasn't even working for us during that time where Corporal was selling tickets. So that's
two different timelines.
Yeah, that timeline doesn't match up. You know, when you're talking about Corporal Robinson, he wasn't even working for us during Corporal Robinson days.
I know, and he made bootleg gathering tickets that were scanned and fake.
Oh, so he was doing it not working. Okay, all right, I get it. I get it now. Like he was a Juggalo who was selling tickets on the down low. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't hear about any of this. This is the first I'm hearing about this.
And are you saying he was working with Corp?
No, he said during that time.
Brought that to light, and he was, and like, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know if he did it for sure. But there was sure a lot
Rudy,
of people
can you relay a question to Matthew real quick? I had seen it written online that whether Matthew said this or not, or it's attributed to him, that like Bill offered his girlfriend
Hold on, Kevin.
Gathering. People their money back. I will say that.
He what?
He refunded a bunch of people their money back.
There's also multiple girls that say he solicited sex for concert tickets. Like, hey, meet me at a hotel room, and I'll put you on the list. Now, I didn't see any text messages or screenshots. But man, there's like so many of these girls that are come out saying that, just like.
And now one of them even has a screenshot.
They all have the same story about this dude.
Okay, let me ask you this though, and he did it for gathering tickets?
Well, he said that he refunded gathering tickets when he couldn't come through with them.
All right, but all I'm saying is like, yeah, that would just be really hard to do because like during the gatherings, since I've been back here at Psychopathic, I run all the tickets. You know what I'm saying? And I give them out to the ticket booth. And they're counted. All of those are accounted for. Like
bro, we can't even get no comp tickets,
right,
man.
All those tickets are accounted for. And on top of that, listen, true story. Hold on. Let me just say this.
Oh, he's talking about when George and them guys were running the gatherings.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, okay, I don't know about that.
That's what he was just saying.
All right,
and Bluntman was part of it. There's other people that were part of that scam that year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is now, I mean, he definitely didn't do it in the last 3 years, because I have those gathering tickets on lockdown.
He ain't kidding.
When it was still a Cave and Rock.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. So.
But regardless of all that, like I said, dude, I'm not trying to ruin anybody's life. I'm not trying to damn everybody for hell. I just wanted you guys to do the right thing and part ways with a guy that's a convicted sexual offender by the state of Ohio for whatever reason. I don't think that's a good employee for you guys to have, working for you.
Right.
And a lot of the people agree with me.
A lot of these accusations that are going around too, I feel like, I'm not saying they're lies, but it's like a snowball effect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, everybody's fucking, shoveling dirt on Will's grave. Well, look, I got this to say about him, and he did this and this. You know what I'm saying? But for every one of these stories, there's like at least 100. You know what I'm saying? About how Will hooked somebody up or just sacrificed, did something for some ninja. You yourself is like, had interactions with them, and you know what kind of guy. That Will is, or that appears to be anyway, whatever.
Right.
These weren't
the illusion.
Beat me and my mom for years, and you should have seen how nice and cool he was to everybody in the community. And when it came out, he did it. No one believed it because he was the nicest, most generous man that they've ever met. So you can't always go by how people treat you.
Fair enough.
And the deeds they do.
And you know what, man? Like honestly, I'm gonna say it again because it's the one point. Whether it makes me go down in flames too. I honestly believe people can change.
No doubt.
And people fucking make mistakes, man. You know what I'm saying? And some crimes are unforgivable. They really are. Okay? Some crimes are unforgivable, but in this case, me personally, the morals that I live by, I have to go by the Will that I know at this point, and I have to trust him because he's never lied to me. You know what I'm saying? And so fuck the court system.
So wait a minute. So
I'm just saying is I judge him as a man.
Yeah, okay.
As I judge him as a man, that's what I have to go by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my own court system. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know. But I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, thanks for calling, man. I mean,
because
thank you guys for listening to me, and
it definitely it's definitely good to hear your side of it since you started the whole thing.
Right. I mean, wow. He got right through it too, man. Shit. First call, man.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely interesting.
Hey, thanks again for calling, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the chat room?
Yeah, we got
voice their opinions.
We've got our next caller up.
No, that was really good though.
You got to hear, both sides.
Yeah, no,
of
that
the
was
story
really good to hear his story.
Hey, you know what I like?
To put a voice anyway to the person that started the whole damn thing.
And what I really liked
and hear what
his
his thoughts are.
What I liked was. Who's up?
Oh,
Who's
little
up
KG
next?
delay. Where's that coming from?
Okay, so back to the chat room. What do we got? Any comments or concerns?
All right. This might be Chuck that we're getting on the phone here, I'm assuming. Because somebody keeps putting up, take Chuck's call, take Chuck's call. We'll see if it's Chuck. We'll find out here in a moment.
Does Chuck leave a number?
Yes.
Oh, Chuck's sure like, fuck that, I'm leaving my number. Okay.
Let's see. A 15-year-old lying about her age does not equal pedophilia.
I wanted to bring a point. It has nothing to do with this, and maybe I'll regret this statement altogether.
Oh, wait! If you're starting out with that,
stop now.
Just hold it.
We'll
when my daughter,
no,
I'm gonna fucking say it, 'cause whatever. But when my daughter was 16, she was dating a 19-year-old, and I was straight with it. Like, I met the guy. It was all very open. It wasn't sneak behind the behind the thing. And
that's
and
different, yeah.
Yeah, and he ended up becoming a friend of the family. Like, he was like a son to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so
big difference.
It's a huge difference, right? We're not talking about rape,
right?
You know? But I'm just saying, like, the whole.
I mean, even a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old, I got a problem with that.
Right. Okay.
That's you're talking about a grown man.
Right.
With a child.
Right.
I mean, I got a real
16 and 19, though. That's.
Close
it's close.
But like you said, there was no sneaking around. It was brought right to your attention.
Sometimes, if it's mutual, I guess you're right. 15 and 20 is definitely, it's definitely a little bit too much,
Just a little bit, I mean.
But I do know there's 15-year-olds that look like they're 20.
No,
I
definitely.
know that.
It's only getting worse.
I know. I mean, you're right about that. But
and maybe it's in poor taste to say on this show, but that's the truth.
It is the truth.
Right.
It's totally the truth. But look, when you talk about any kind of rape or anything, it's just no means no, regardless. What if you're 19 or you're 16 or she's 14 and 15? Again, and I'm only going by because I don't have a relationship like you do with Will.
Yeah.
I don't know him like that.
Right.
I know Will from high by, and again, always a great guy, always great. So I don't have that interaction like you do.
Will's been my friend and on a work tip, my right-hand man for 3 years.
Okay, perfect. Okay, but
I'm just saying
he's been an acquaintance for me.
I got you.
So the only thing that I can go by is those records of court.
I got you.
All right, we got Jay on the phone.
Jay?
what's good?
Hey, what's up?
Jay, what's up, man? It's not Chuck.
Whose radio was leaking?
Just been listening to this whole thing, and in all honesty, I ain't got really much to say about the Will thing. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Even though I am a juggalo, what I do got to say about all that is the negativity that Jumpsteady was touching on. And I mean, I'm sure everybody on this channel's probably got Facebook, so they understand. Go to one of these Juggalo ran merchandise Facebook pages and try to buy something. It's not just the Will thing. It's all over the place. Like, the negativity is honestly ridiculous, in my opinion. And it's just getting worse, and this just brought out the worst in, everybody, in my opinion. And it's getting worse and worse and worse every day. And this just, I really don't know what else to say about it except for the fact that this has done nothing but exasperate the negative in our community. And I've been down since I was 12. I'm 30 years old now. And to see what this is, and again, I'm not trying to condone or excuse anything that might have or had not happened. That is not what I'm trying to do. What I am trying to do is point out the fact that I'm watching something that I've lived my whole life believing in. I don't want to say turn into shit, but turn into incredibly negative. And, it's sad. It's sad to see something you just believed in for so long turn into a cesspool of negative energy. And, that's just my opinion on it.
Hey, and being negative is so much easier. Because it's like a cancer. When it gets in you, it's like, being positive is a challenge these days.
But let me
for anything you do in life.
Like The Gathering, let me reverse this a little bit. The Gathering, in my opinion, was one of the tops. Like for me, it was. I worked the whole thing, but I mean, the atmosphere, the positivity, and in my opinion, coming off of that,
it was great. It was the greatest.
That's exactly what I was thinking
when
he was talking. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like an internet thing.
Right.
It's like
no doubt.
Okay, because on the internet, what happens is like when somebody's doing something right, nobody posts shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you fuck up or do something or
everybody
say something,
knows about it.
all of a sudden everybody's bitching or they're fucking on there. You know what I'm saying? Talking about
Friday
this and that.
night, Rob. I mean, everybody had smiles on their
Sure.
faces. Everybody's
Happy.
dancing and everything. We got all the juggalos together.
Yeah.
And
But unfortunately, when you're talking about dealing with the internet, it's just all those people that trying to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And they're fucking bitching and complaining and doing this and that. So
Absolutely.
there is a negative thing, but I don't think.
From my perspective, and I follow and talk with KG on Facebook every once in a while, which, by the way, KG, this is Jay Roman. I'm going to sit up on your shirt. Anyway, so from my perspective, like my band, Minister Sobriety, is going on tour with Twisted this fall.
Nice.
And I did everything I could to, bring everybody in on it. And it was almost like the more I was excited about it, the more somebody was trying to tell me I wasn't shit. And again, I'm not talking like I was at the Gathering this year. It was beautiful. But go on one of these Facebook trading sites where people trade all these old, shirts and everything. It is a cesspool of negativity. And this isn't groups of people who are 100 people here, 100 people here. There are thousands upon thousands of ninjas on these pages. And if you say anything at all, like Blase Rose, for instance, I thought the demo was dope. Say that on one of these pages and you won't get ate alive. I think that scene,
Blase Rose is one of my favorites.
Waiting to eat people alive is just stirring and stirring and stirring, and it all came out as soon as this Will thing came out. Because honestly, before the Gathering even happened, I saw people posting about, Will supposedly had this pass. Ain't nobody was talking that shit to Will to his face when he was passing out those tickets to get that free Blase Rose dance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I was there.
Right. No, I hear you, man. That's some good points, and the whole negativity thing. In your opinion, what is it stemming around exactly? Is it just besides the Blase Rose, or it's just like, is it against each other, or like? Because the Blase Rose thing, that can be a whole nother subject.
Oh God.
And
we could do another show.
I wanna say a lot of the things that's going on with Blase Rose, in my opinion, some of it anyway, is the fact that she's a female.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I think there's some prejudices there that are instantly shooting her down before anybody's given her. Certain ninjas are giving her a chance, but it's mixed. There's also a lot of ninjas supporting her. You know what I'm saying, and really feeling what she's about. And,
I'm one of them.
And to the better side of it, she's selling great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all this anger and hate, but everybody's buying the album.
Yeah,
you know
I have an
what I'm
old saying, Rob and Rudy, which is haters talk on the internet. They don't buy tickets or albums.
Amen to that,
right,
man.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah. Well said.
Those are some definitely good points. Right now, I think it's very true. In the Juggalo world, right now, there's definitely a lot of hate and negativity, and it makes me sick.
Right.
But that's not how it is all the time.
Right,
You
no
know what I'm
doubt,
saying?
no doubt.
And maybe it's like that online, but it's not like that when you're at a concert.
Come and be
or
out
where
at
you're
an event, you know.
Yeah, at an event.
Come be at an event.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. I think where this whole situation though, it brought out all the, like you guys said, this is the most that anybody has ever watched a show, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All that negative, not saying that every single Juggalo is negative. That's not what I'm trying to convey at all. But
Sure.
the people who do latch on to that negativity jumped right onto this.
Sure.
And
Yep.
That's what the point I was trying to make was, when I was a Juggalo, it didn't matter. You're going through some shit, whatever. It was always love. It was always trying to be loved.
Yep.
Something has happened to where that's just not the case anymore. And it's not everyone. And and I don't want to convey that that's the case. I have plenty of homies and plenty of family that I call Juggalo that, would die for me and I'd die for them. They need a spot to stay. I got them. But, like Jay was saying on the audiobook, social media does not represent the real person. And the real person that a lot of people try to convey is just negative, always having to talk bad about somebody. And again, I'm not trying to condone anything that Will's done. I've never really spoken to the dude before. I've never made the attempt. So if he did it, then he doesn't deserve, whatever. It is what it is. I'm just talking about the negativity part and what I see personally. And it disappoints me more than anything. Like, I'm not angry about it. I'm just sad that, because once upon a time, it was just nobody, would convey that except for a select few people. And now you've got these groups of thousands of people that just go out of their way. And I can name drop, but I'm not going to.
Well, we're living in a different world too from when we all started this. I mean, now everybody's an internet gangster. Everybody's tough on the internet.
Sure.
But see a guy in your face, man to man, and talk all that shit.
But let's be honest, like that negativity that you're talking about. I mean, that's like the Frankenstein effect. What just happened?
There you go.
Everybody's with the burning torches at Will's doorstep, pounding down his fucking front door. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what went down, and it was ugly. You know what I'm saying? It was super ugly. Especially for someone, you know what I'm saying, that we all know is somebody totally different than maybe he was 17 years ago. But he's gone, so that's
you
that's
achieved.
the truth of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for calling, homie. Thank you.
I got one more caller here, guys.
Okay.
I would say the pleasure is all mine, but it really isn't.
Oh.
First of all, I apologize. I wish I could have been on the show tonight. I actually have a friend who's in town from out of town, and I'm actually calling from a haunted room at the Whitney in downtown Detroit.
Yeah, this is Jay Webb, by the way. By the way, who works for the company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Jay Webb, and I've been following the show a little bit here and there. Obviously, I'm having dinner with a friend. I'm not trying to be rude and stay on my phone all night, but the thing that Juggalos need to understand, and is that many of these people who basically started this smear campaign against Will were personally motivated, and they were angry at Will for reasons that had nothing to do with psychopathic business or whatever. And Will's record has been out online for the last 10 years, and the thing.
Yeah, but I haven't heard about this in 10 years. I haven't personally.
But Rudy, it's been.
But I haven't heard this. This is, you're passing it over as if, people just say, if you would have just looked at it. I didn't know nothing about it. I called you. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Anyway, let Jay
go ahead, I'm
finish,
sorry.
and we can chime in afterwards.
Let me be clear on something, because I really want this to be known. First of all, I am not condoning or making excuses for anything that he did in the past at all. What he did is serious, and he absolutely should have served time. He absolutely should have been on the registry. absolutely. But I also believe that I live in a country where when you serve the time, when you pay your debt to society, you are given a second chance. And the problem is that this smear campaign that was against Will was not done in the name of justice. It was done in the name of pettiness and jealousy.
Wait a minute, wait.
To me, that is despicable. And I'm really disappointed in those so-called juggalos who did this.
So wait a minute. You haven't been listening, Jay. Now the juggalos are saying, look, for years and years we've been fighting against all of these rapes and pedophiles, and so they shouldn't be upset about this. I mean, for years that's all we preached to people.
Well, Rudy, of course. I mean, of course we have to.
I mean, this is what the juggalos are saying when they're calling in that are upset.
I'm not absolving him of his behavior, Rudy, at all. I already told you that.
Right.
But what I am saying is that he admitted that he committed a crime. He pled guilty. He served time. He paid his debt to society. Since he has been out of prison, he's been a model. As far as I know, he's been a model citizen, and they removed him from the sex offender registry because he was completely unlikely to reoffend ever again. I am not forgiving him of his past sin. What I am saying is that many of the juggalos who partook of this smear campaign did it for the wrong reason. They did it out of jealousy, and they did it out of personal spite. And to me, that's a tragedy. You know, let he who's without sin cast the first stone. And I will throw some names out there. Like there was this one juggalo who did it, who was responsible, named Bill. I won't say his last name. But the reason why he got involved was because I sent him a cease and desist letter because he was selling bootleg copies of the Wizard of the Hood performance from The Gathering.
So that's why he got mad at Will?
What's that?
I said, so that's why he got mad at Will? I don't.
He thought Will sent the
he thought Will did. Yeah. Oh.
Yes, he thought Will did it, and so and that's what I'm saying. A lot of, to me, that's the thing that just really frustrates me about the whole thing. I do not absolve and I do not condone any kind of crime like this. Absolutely not. But I also understand that we live in a country where if you do the time, if you pay your debt to society, you should be given a second chance. They would not have removed him from any kind of sex offender list if they thought that he was going to reoffend. If you go to the Ohio sex offender registry, you type in his name, he's not there. He has not been there at all this year.
But didn't he sue to get off of that or something?
What's that?
Didn't he sue the state of Ohio to get off of that registry?
I don't.
There's
I
some
can
documents.
comment.
Kevin Gill knows more than I do. Go ahead.
I don't know if he can hear me, but basically, yeah. Apparently, his plea, from what I read, involved being on a sex offender list for a certain period of time. After he had finished that agreement, the state changed the law and tried to put him on another list, and it went to the Supreme Court, and he won. That's what I read.
I understand. Just the term. He was supposed to be on there for 10 years, and so I understand that term expired. That's why he was removed. Yeah,
right. And they tried to add him on after that, and they were not able to because it was against the terms of the deal.
I don't recall hearing anything about him suing the state of Ohio to get off the list. But my point is just that this whole situation exposed kind of an ugly underbelly to really to not the certainly not the entire Juggalo family, but I never. There are people involved in this that I didn't expect to, treat him like he's Jean Valjean, and will never be forgiven for stealing the bread. It's I don't know. It just this whole thing is just left a very, very bad taste in my mouth and in the mouths of quite a few others.
It's got everybody sick.
It's
he even says some of his close friends turned on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people he's been. Will said some of his close friends even turned on him. Like people that he's hooked up and helped out, and even they turned on him. You know what I'm saying? In the end. So it's but all right, thanks a lot, Jason, for your comments. Let's try to get one more. Who's that ninja that they were saying to take his call?
KG has
KG,
him.
you got him.
I got one here. Hey, caller, you're live? Is that Blunt Man?
Hello.
Yeah.
Say what up, Blunt Man. You're on Psychopathic Radio.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? What you got to say?
Yeah, I've been talking to Matthew Adams since all this whole thing started, back and forth between Will. From the beginning, Matt's been after Will. He came up to the campsite in front of my wife and all them, and told us the story about how his girlfriend wanted free tickets to a concert or something, and in order to get the tickets, he said that Will said that she needs to have sex with him or do something. And when the girl said no, he said he would blacklist her. And that's the story we're getting. And he started flipping out, keep sending me messages back and forth, Googling everything he could about him. And I've known this thing about Will for a long time. Because he's messaged me and my wife. Every now and then, the same thing keeps popping up about Will with his charges. He messaged everything to me and my wife. My wife pulled his record. Everything. It was just the wrong place at the wrong time and the wrong people. And now people are out to get him. Like, how much has he done for everybody? And they're all out to get this dude. He's been living with it for so long. He feels so guilty about everything he's been in. It's not right, man.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like this
similar
feelings
about,
that I've had. It's like, and again, like exactly that. It could have been just a situation. He was with the wrong people at the wrong time. Said the wrong things, and someone was out to get him. That could be a possibility.
Right.
That is in the realm of what might have happened.
Absolutely.
And maybe he's just a victim of circumstances, and he got the complete bone his whole life, and it wasn't deserving of everything that's going down. Or maybe he is. Maybe he is.
How do we know?
Right.
How do we really know, man?
Right.
How do we really know? Thanks for calling, though, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Do we got that one ninja that was trying to get
Chuck or
who that everybody
Gary?
was saying pick up the phone?
I'm not sure if that was who KG, because we were having trouble on our end. So
Yeah.
that might have been who we were trying to contact.
KG, was that who was
was
trying
that
to
Chuck?
No, I don't think that was Chuck. That was Blunt Man.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
Well,
Chuck,
I'll tell
I
you
have a
what,
number.
man. I mean, what else do we say? You know, I mean, it's
We're
after
gonna go
11,
round
and
round.
Well, I just wanted to get Chuck on the phone.
I'd like to hear what he has to say too, because they're real militant over there.
Yeah.
Get Chuck on the phone. Where you at, Chuck?
Did he leave a number or no?
Okay, let's see.
Chuck.
We'll end this whole thing with Chuck,
Yeah, there.
and we'll be out, and so will Will, unfortunately.
Let's see if someone messaged it to me.
I have hopefully the right number.
Once again, Juggalos, we're going to get the phone lines all taken care of on the next show in a couple weeks here. And look, we're bringing back the positivity next show, so I know half of you guys ain't going to be here. But that's just how it's going down, right?
It's going to be a very positive show.
Right, man. Right. Let's see the real Juggalos in the house in 2 weeks. Let's see that.
But I think a lot of it's been a very interesting show.
It sure has.
And there's been a lot of interesting comments brought up on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do we got? Nobody, Natalie?
Try one more time.
No, not answering.
Oh, okay. Well, Chuck's not answering.
This is the last chance to get.
Oh, here, I got a number for it. Is this a real number? Okay, hold on.
Hello?
It's.
Oh, here we go. Okay, hold on one
Oh,
second.
good.
Hey, Chuck, where you at?
Does Natalie got him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
What up, ninjas?
What
Hey,
up?
what's up?
What up? Yeah, before we even get started, let me just say real quick, R.I.P. to Gino Colt shit on the 1-year anniversary of his death, obviously. But I just had a couple of maybe answers for you, Jump Steady, since you seem a little confused as to why the Juggalos and certainly groups of us are upset. But didn't you just debut a new artist whose entire gimmick is she's a rape victim?
Okay.
That's not a gimmick, though.
Right, but what is the point?
It kind of is. It kind of is, because the ones who know her from her region understand that that's a gimmick.
Okay.
But I guess, we'll move on from that. The Ohio charges that this guy is claiming he was the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess, was something I heard. Another thing I heard was time that he spent in jail and paying his debt to society. The Ohio lawsuit that he filed to get himself removed from the federal registry created a loophole that allowed tens of thousands of sex offenders to do the exact same thing. His case was the first of his kind and created a landmark for other sex offenders in other states to avoid the federal registry. These are the issues that I have with this whole situation, especially being brought up with a certain type of music that was telling me a certain type of moral base by which I should live my life on.
Right, so you're saying...
I think that is why people are upset.
So you're saying that
because it seems a little disingenuous all around.
Right, so you're saying that he should still be on the sex offenders list.
I'm saying by federal law that was brought about by the guy who hosts America's Most Wanted there, John Walsh. It was named after his son, the Adam Walsh Law. All sex offenders of a certain severity have to receive lifetime registration on the federal list. He sued to have himself removed from that. In order to do that, he had to ante up to exactly what happened, and that's where we're getting our information. It is very, very dangerous of you, Jump Steady, to even have this podcast without thoroughly reviewing the paperwork that we've made available. I don't know Will. I didn't want to get Will fired. I'm a juggalo who grew up and is now a underground music journalist. I have an FM radio show twice a week. We play underground artists from all around this nation, and we discuss matters such as this. We have done a good job on a regional level, at least here in New England, of banishing people like your boy Will completely from our social circles. Why does it seem like us doing it now on a higher level is somehow a problem?
Okay, well, all the points that were brought up earlier, is it possible, in your mind, he's just 100% he did this crime, and no matter what he's saying, 100% you know for sure that these events went down. That's the only point I'm getting at.
I know enough that he said the words. He had to have. I've taken a plea bargain. No plea bargain on the planet doesn't come without you standing in front of a judge and out of your mouth in English talking about what you did and go ahead and then verifying certain aspects of the case. So I'm believing what came out of his mouth. I'm going to believe what you said, Jump Steady, that you don't know Will to lie. Well, I don't know Will to lie either, because everything I've seen come out of Will's mouth has been under oath in a court of law.
Oh.
Right.
Shit. Oh, wow.
Okay, so...
okay, point taken, Chuck.
And so...
I just think it's a little disingenuous for anybody, especially J-Web, to turn this on an individual, when, to be honest, Matt's little, meme he made of the quote-unquote rape victim and the quote-unquote rapist that started this whole thing, all it did was trigger me Googling his name in the state where this supposedly happened. And all this other stuff came up, including the fact that on at least one pedophile rights blog, they list your boy Will Sigler as one of their whatever the hell heroes because the case Will Sigler versus State of Ohio, which created the loophole that reverse grandfathered sex offenders off the federal list.
That's what I was talking about, this lawsuit that I read.
And that's why, as far as he fucked up, whatever, I'm not even worried about all that. I'm worried about this coward not only not being in the room right now to answer these questions, but the fact that this coward created a goddamn loophole that allowed literally tens of thousands of sex offenders of all different levels to not only avoid the registration list, but if you were to believe national statistics, 60% of which were bound to reoffend. So your boy not only saved his own ass, but he created a loophole by which a bunch of these paddasses walked right the fuck through. That's the problem. Wow. And we got literally, I've had CPK, I've had How to Catch a Predator, I've had all these joints on repeat since I heard about this, because I, honest to God, could not believe it. Literally, all it took was a Google. There are a million cases, tens of thousands of cases, where literally a sex offender wanted to get off the federal list. So he called your boy's case as the landmark decision to base his decision on. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Well, so yeah, you're bringing up some valid points. You know, and the only thing.
Maybe the marketing department should have a meeting about how to properly market a quote-unquote rape victim without having a rapist on the payroll.
God.
Sure.
Well, we would turn it into a marketing summit now.
And again, all this stuff just came up like days ago, you know, into our lap. But and the point that I was trying to make up is, so in your opinion, if somebody made a mistake, you know what I'm saying, and if it's heinous enough, like in Will's case, let's just say everything he did is factual, then fuck you, Will, burn in hell for the rest of your life. Is that your standpoint? And I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just asking you. What's that?
I'm saying we've all got things. I got felonies. I'm a 2-time offender. Yeah, I'm your average juggalo. Okay, I just happen to have a job in a little bit of the Northeast entertainment industry, so I'm involved in things like this. But I am a juggalo by fandom. All right, people can come back from stuff. I got friends that have done bids for all sorts of stuff. There's a couple of things you can't come back from. At least not around here. At least not around here.
Right.
If you want to make amends, for what he's allegedly had done, go teach blind kids how to read. Go teach Africans how to make baskets. Go join the motherfucking Peace Corps. Juggalos can't be doing that shit because it makes the entire community look bad. And here's the thing. Some of us who've been down for a long time fought the fights when we were not popular. We had these arguments. And part of our argument has always been, well, we're pure. We are pure. We do not have those people in our culture, in our community. We are pure.
So are you saying there's probably no other pedophiles or rapists in the Juggalo community?
I'm just saying that when they're exposed, they have a tendency of going away either on their own or with a little bit of help, Rudy. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's right. All right, let me ask you this.
I look forward to more pedophiles being taken out.
All right, let me ask you this. And you said you're a 2-time felon. Did you ever have any misjustice brought upon you in the court system?
Oh, of course I did. I actually, strangely enough, caught a cyberbullying charge on Twitter about 5 years ago against a grown-ass man. Now, my coin-appointed attorney could not get me the deal of the century, but I took probation. Now, what you're talking about, supposedly what he did, does not warrant a step down to 6 years. A step down to 6 years, they probably had him on at least 18. Anybody who's been through the system, which, like I said, average juggalo here, we know that plea bargains are notoriously lower than you should get. Nobody's taking a plea bargain for more time than they should have gotten.
Well,
now, we're not that stupid. I mean, you fooled us on a bunch of stuff, and that's fine. But you can't fool us in this one.
Well, you know, that's what I told Jump Steady earlier is that come hell or high water, man, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't fucking take no plea bargain, especially on something this serious.
Is it, let me ask, still.
I didn't do it.
The last question I wanted to ask him was, is it within the realm of possibilities that he did get the bone? Just like he got the bone.
Call him back.
Just like he got the bone,
yeah.
unfairly in the courtroom.
He said it.
You know what I'm saying? Is it possible that Will got the bone the same fucking way? You know what I'm saying? Like where he's just...
Oh, died or something.
We're trying to call you back, man. But anyways, yeah. That guy did a lot of fucking research, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Come with it.
Yeah. And I wish I could, fire back at him, but I didn't do any research, so I don't really know, except for the little bit I read online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What a night, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, very stale all the way around.
It sure is, man.
And the end of someone that worked and did a lot for the Juggalo community, and I'm sure will continue to do so wherever he can. But and to a psychopathic soldier, man. You know what I'm saying? And maybe rightfully so, but that'll be for the end when we pass on into Shangri-La and all answers will be revealed, and then we'll see the right and wrong of it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like what really transpired. Because it is my hope when we pass on, there's an enlightenment, and we get to see, we get to know all.
It's my belief that we will know.
Yeah.
It's my belief that God's going to judge each and every one of us individually, and we'll all know. So.
And the question still remains though, like, does fuck you will burn in hell for the rest of your life? No matter what you do, you can never atone for your mistake or your sin.
Not in my
or,
book.
You know what I'm saying? What you did, right?
Not in my book, but be here to fucking.
And is it
call it out?
Is it possible that he just got the fucking bone with the court system,
of course,
so
man.
many others?
Of course,
is
just
it
like in life, yeah.
That what he's saying is the truth. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
You will never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know. But I do want to end my statement on this is that look, you Jump Steady gave him the platform to be here. He left. He walked out. It doesn't look good when you do shit like that.
No doubt.
That's all. And because he could have answered these guys and been like, you know what, fuck you. This is what happened.
And the only defense that I have on his behalf, is that he's such a wreck right now. Like fucking emotionally, spiritually, he's a shell of a man right now because of everything that's being slung around, everything's being done.
Right.
So, and his close personal friends turning on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, that's the only defense I got to that. But I totally agree he should have been here. You know what I'm saying? There's a moment where you got to zone out and you got to fucking step up to the plate, no matter what the odds, and fucking, pitch your case.
Hey, check this out, Juggalos, man. I'm not going to answer no more questions about this anymore on my fucking Facebook or none of that stuff.
Done.
So stop sending me messages. I'm done. Look, you got it. He's not here no more. It is what it is. And now we like we said earlier, man. Now it's all about positivity on this show. Fuck the negativity, man. Yeah. I'm done with it. Too much energy has been wasted, and you know what? Like my karma has drained so fucking hard in the last couple of days. I can't even stand it.
As well.
And my kids and everything are like, damn, man, what's going on, man? And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
And I just hope that all this fucking energy that was put toward, like everybody that called in here tonight, all this energy that was put toward, the couple that were directly opposed to the whole situation and getting him fired. Okay, you got what you wanted. Hopefully you could put that same energy into the Juggalo March or something that really fucking can make a difference, like on a major scale. Yeah. Like, can we see that fucking intensity and that energy and that commitment and that was just put into this cause? Can we see that put into something that to me is on such a grander scale and it would mean so much more? You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Right. Kevin, anything?
Yeah, I mean, you guys said everything I'm thinking, you know what I mean? And my hope is, everyone now feels bummed and disgusted and whatever, and hopefully all the energy that people had for this, you know what I mean? They accomplished their goal, and I hope they move on to really cool or productive goals, man. There's hungry people. I don't know if we have to get into Africans making baskets type stuff, but we could certainly get into helping and feeding people, you know what I'm saying, and doing things that are maybe help people more directly, you know what I'm saying?
And hey, fuck me and fuck us, we're just people with opinions, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know I have a set of standards that I gauge my life on, and I stick by them because they work for me.
Same here, man. Same here.
And until an individual fucks me over or does something, I've hung with many fucking criminals with felonies that are the coolest fucking people on the planet, you know what I'm saying? And they're not those people they were all those years ago, you know what I'm saying? We've all done dumb shit. To my word, I should be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Right now. Still serving time. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just saying, man, people can make a change, man. They can change, and they can change for the better. It is fucking possible. You've seen it, Rudy.
You're looking at it.
You're seeing it.
You're
like,
looking at
right,
it, man.
You know
You're
what I'm
looking
saying?
at it. A guy who fucking turned his life around 100%, man.
And that's not saying that anybody has to. People already made up their mind about this whole situation, and I doubt we changed one mind, and I don't know if anybody changed my mind. They called in tonight. I got respect for people more.
Right.
The one thing that I've gotten from tonight is that Ninja Matthew that called in. I respect him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Now that I got to fucking hear his side of things.
Right.
But like the whole thing is that that's just it, man. It's just that's all we have to go by, man. Is what we hear, and in the end, who knows the truth? You know what I'm saying? But the will I know, and I'll just end this with this statement: the will I know is not that person. You know what I'm saying? And I could be wrong on that. Could I misjudge people? Sure. But I've never known Will to do anything but be the shit the entire 3 years he's been working here, and just hooking motherfuckers up. And all I've heard was all positivity about Will from everybody that I've ever associated with, how much the shit he is until this whole thing came to light. And then all of a sudden now all I hear is all negative and people bringing up stories about he's done this or that, Well, and and that's it, and yeah, there are crimes that you can't come back from, you know what I'm saying, and if I was 100% positive that, and I knew, or Will confess to me that he really did what they're saying he did in those courtrooms, then yeah, it would be a different story. You know what I'm saying? But until a man or a woman lies to me and you're my fucking friend, I'm going to take you for that. I'm going to take you that you speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? And you have my respect. And Will still has my respect to this day. And fuck me. You know what I'm saying? For even saying that. Okay, I'll just get it out for everybody that's thinking it. Fuck me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way I feel.
Right.
And that's it.
And well, we all said our piece tonight. Again, join us in 2 weeks from tonight, because it's going to be positivity. It's going to be fun. We're going to go back to the. We're going to have the ninjas in action on the big screen, man. Shit is going down, and we're going to have some fun, man. And because I always say it, man, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Hey, man. And thank you for everybody that called in tonight.
Right.
That was awesome. I think we need to get more ninjas on the phone during the show.
Let's get the phones fixed.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
This worked pretty good.
Let's make that our new cause, man. Let's get these fucking phones fixed. I'm going to make a meme right now of Rob just talking to nobody.
Thanks again, Juggalos. We love you, and we'll see you real soon. God bless you.
Much love.
Wolfpack Radio on the 25th on Psychopathic Radio.
Wolfpack.
Nice.
Much love and respect.
I might alarm. Life is a tour, I sit and ride along, taking some notes and then I write the songs. I'm staring down the road, my life is gone. Is this where I belong? Is it wrong to not believe in right and wrong? My mental state is fucking me up, and I cried upon while asking you for some answers, but we don't have that type of bond. Now my desire's gone, and with the way that I've been living lately, if I died right now, you turn the fire on. Sick of this bullshit, niggas call me a sellout, cause I hopped to Christianity so strongly then I fell out. Now I'm avoiding questions like a scared dog with his tail down, feeling so damn humiliated cause they looking at me like I'm hellbound. What story should I tell now? I'll just expose the truth. I'm so close to the fucking edge, I should be close to you, but who the fuck are you? You never show the proof, and I'm only fucking human, yo, what am I supposed to do? There's way too many different religions with vivid descriptions, begging all fucking men and women to listen. dealing with this backlash because Marcus isn't a Christian. And I've been told that my sinful life is an addiction, but I can't buy it. It's just too hard to stand beside it. I need an answer, humans can't provide it. I look at the earth, the sun, and I can tell a genius man designed it. It's truly mind-blowing, I can't deny it. Is heaven real? Is it fake? Is it really how I fantasize it? Where's the Holy Ghost at? How long does it take a man to find it? My mind's a non-stop tape playing and I can't rewind it. You gave me the Bible and expect me not to analyze it? I'm frustrated and you provoked it. I'm not reading that motherfucking book because the human wrote it. I have a fucking brain, you should know it. You gave it to me to think, to avoid every useless moment. It was the mission that I had to abort, cause humans be lying with such an inaccurate source. It's gonna be hard to put me back on the course. Next Jehovah's Witness to come on my porch, I swear I'm slamming the door. A lot of folks believe it though, but I'm not surprised. Humans are fucking dumb, still thinking that Pac's alive. I ain't trying to take your legacy and torture down. I'm just saying, I ain't heard shit from the horse's mouth. Jet Sheep always telling stories of older guys who were notarized like you and you finally vocalized. Now I'm supposed to bow my head and close my eyes and somehow let the Holy Ghost arise? Sounds like a fucking poltergeist. Show yourself and the boom is done. Every rumor's gone, I no longer doubt the shit. You're the one. I'll admit that my sinful ways were stupid fun, and all my old habits can hop on top of a roof to plunge. I donate to a charity that could use the funds. Fuck the club instead of bitches, I'd hang with a group of nuns. And everyone I ran into would know what I came to do. I wouldn't take a step unless it was in the name of you. I hate the fact that I have to believe you haven't been chatting with me like you did Adam and Eve. And I ain't seen no fucking talking snake unravel from trees with an apple to eat. That shit never happens to me. I don't know if you do or don't exist. It's driving me crazy, send your condolences. This is me reaching to you, so don't forget. If hell is truly a pit of fire and I get thrown in it, I'ma probably regret the fact that I ever wrote this shit. My gut feeling says it's all fake. I hate to say it, but fuck it, shit, I done lost faith. This isn't a small phase, my perspective's all changed. My thoughts just keep picking shit apart all day. And in my mind, I make perfect sense. If you aren't real, then all my prayers aren't worth a cent. That will mean that I can just make up what my purpose is, and I can sit in church and just say fuck in the services. Man, what if Jesus was a facade? Then that would mean the government's God. I feel like they've been brainwashing us with a lot, so much that we don't even notice that we're stuck in the box. Man, everything is what if. Why is it always what if? Planet Earth, what if? The universe, what if? My sacrifice, what if? My afterlife, what if? Every fucking thing that deals with you is fucking suspect. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. This is my fucking life and I'm living it. I'm having fun. If you really care for me, prove that I need to live carefully. But I'll be damned if I put my own pleasure aside for an afterlife that isn't even guaranteed. We are you, and you're us. Stop playing games. My life's all I got, and heaven is all in my brain. And when I feel I'm in hell, my ideas are what get me through pain. Do as you please, and I'll just do me. I'm a human, I'll stay in my lane. Ill mind.